It's my goal that by the end of this video, you fully understand the Facebook ad serving algorithm and understand the levers that you have in order to manipulate it. I've spent over $150 million on ads in the last 10 years. I've probably made every mistake under the book. Before I get started, make sure you bookmark this video because you don't want to lose it, because there's going to be a lot of information here that you're going to want to revisit. There's some conspiracy theories around the Facebook pixel, like that Facebook is listening to you and read your mind. While I can't confirm or deny any of these to be true, I can anecdotally say that it has definitely felt like Facebook has listened to my conversations and given me ads right away. I think the bigger picture here to understand is the mass amount of data and databases that Facebook has access to and shares with, and how much information they truly know about you. Going to a party with someone who just bought a new pair of shoes, you might see those pop up in your feed. Did you just buy a house? You'll probably get ads for house stuff like furniture. It's easy to connect the dots of I went to a site and now I'm getting ads for that product. But it feels creepier when it's something that you feel like you were never connected to. When you're simply around people of influence, they can influence what ads you see in your feeds, because Facebook knows where you are and it knows who you've been spending time with. Facebook is an auction-based system. This means that every user has an assigned value. Their value is dependent typically on how much they buy on the platform. Hundreds of thousands of companies are competing across different verticals, across different platforms, hundreds of millions of times a day. Where you rank within the ad serving algorithm comes down to one basic formula. Your bid, if you choose to use bid cap, ad quality and relevance score, estimated action rate, and user value. Your pixel and your creative drive everything. Facebook will optimize towards the event that you choose. So if you're choosing purchase, it's going to find people more likely to purchase. If you're optimizing towards traffic and clicks, it's going to find you people that just click. I've been buying broad since 2015. Buying broad means removing all of your layered targeting. No interests, no gender, no location, nothing. In 2024, your creative is your targeting. Interest targeting is dead. It's being removed from Facebook anyway. Let me give you an example of how going broad works. You're advertising a product where your core demographic is female, and you decide that you want to deliver your ads only to females. By doing that, you're excluding any of the male audience that might see your product and then share it with a female friend or a partner. I can't tell you how many times my wife has sent me ads that she gets on Instagram. You might decide that your core demographic is 50 plus, so you target 50 plus. But in doing that, you exclude any possible conversion that could happen from 18 up to 50. And while yes, maybe 80% of your conversions are coming from that 50 plus demographic, but you could be getting an incremental 20% from that 18 to 50. Engagement drives lower cost. The more likes, saves, comments, shares that you have, the more efficient your ads are going to be and the lower your CPMs are going to be. This is why taking your top performing organic videos and then turning them into ads typically works really well. You've already solved for the user value and relevance score component of the algorithm formula. And now you simply need to layer on the Facebook pixel to have them find the right users that are going to convert. So long as you have a strong offer and a compelling call to action. The opposite is true with negative engagement. It drives higher cost. Things like angry comments, people flagging the ad, reporting the ad. These are all negative signals in the algorithm and you will be paying the price for it. And ultimately, it could lead to your ads being completely disapproved. Get enough ads disapproved and your whole ad account goes down. Get your ad account shut down enough times and there goes your whole business manager. If you're running e-com, pay very close attention to your page quality score. Facebook sends surveys to your customers asking them how their experience was buying with you. If it dips too low, you're put into a probationary period where you're paying a higher fee. And if it dips too low for too long, your page will get completely disabled. And any ads associated with that page will be paused. Just don't piss off your customers and have a good product, and you shouldn't have to worry about that. The algorithm likes stability. Don't change things too often. Scaling too quickly can tank your ads. I typically like to stay in the 20 to 40% every 3 to 5 days. One exception being if you catch a wave. A Facebook wave is the equivalent of going viral on organic. Your ads engagement and conversions are popping, you're hitting the right audience, and you can scale super aggressively. Sometimes multiple times a day without tanking. When every ad is launched, it enters into something I call the cruising altitude, or better known as the learning phase. When you take off in a plane, that first 10,000 feet are going to be super turbulent. Same thing with your ads. You're going to have lots of bumps, inconsistent conversions, your CPMs are going to be bouncing around. But once you get out of that learning phase or up to cruising altitude, there's much smoother air. Your performance is going to be much more consistent. Minimum is 50 conversions within 7 days to hit cruising altitude or get it out of the learning phase. Whenever a new ad is launched, it enters the learning phase. Old ads can also go back into the learning phase. This can happen if you change your budget too much, pause an ad for more than 7 days at a time, or change anything at the ad set level related to targeting. Being stuck in the learning phase doesn't guarantee poor performance. Getting out of the learning phase also does not guarantee strong performance. Whatever you do, do not edit your ad after it goes live. This will reset everything. You'll lose all of your likes, comments, and shares. It'll basically be an entirely new ad, and you'll start over. Think of the learning phase as a confidence signal for you. If you have an ad that's almost profitable but not out of the learning phase yet, I would give it some more time. There's always the chance that it enters into profitability once it's out of the learning phase. On the flip side, if you're out of the learning phase and your ad is still unprofitable, turn it off. But what about learning limited? Learning limited pops up when you're not hitting the minimum conversion within the 7-day period. And it's basically Facebook just telling you that you need to increase your budget in order to get out of the learning phase. Again, ads within Learning Limited can still be profitable. Because your data and your ad creative control everything in the algorithm, make sure you don't poison your pixel. Facebook uses your pixel data in order to optimize everything. If you're running lead ads and all of a sudden change something like try a new scammy creative or change something with your targeting and all of a sudden your quality tanks, it's because you likely found a pocket that gave you a lower cost per result, which was lead. Facebook sees this and goes, yay, we're getting you a ton of leads at a very efficient cost. But Facebook doesn't know that all of those leads are garbage and they're not converting. To solve for this, make sure you isolate the variable that is driving your poor quality within your leads. Typically, that's your creative. You can also add an additional qualifier within your lead form and only have your Facebook pixel fire back into Facebook when that qualifier is achieved. Again, you're sending the data back into Facebook. You're telling Facebook what a good user is to you. So if you only send high quality leads back into Facebook, it's going to find you more high quality leads. Set up your pixel, have killer creative, remove your bid, and let the algorithm do what it does best. If you found this video helpful, make sure you give me a follow. I'm currently recording an ads course all about Facebook ads where I go way more in depth about all these topics. And you can pre-enroll right now on my page.